Welcome to another great week. Our instructor is
Yeah,
here
your
already.
microphone is unmuted.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yes,
Morning,
so
sir.
uh,
Tequila
um,
Luzu Hugo left the call.
my phone, I need to put it on.
11:13. Count back off.
Okay, so last week we spoke about loops, and on Friday we actually talked. We went to sorry, on Thursday we reviewed what we learned on Monday, and then from there we hold on, please.
Left. Your microphone is unmuted.
Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. So we spoke
Two
about
participants
other
entering
things.
lobby.
We reviewed and we spoke about list comprehensions.
Evaluation is spotlighted.
Um, so we talked about list comprehensions and the syntax. So you may have to go over the list comprehensions in your notes and look at the syntax and see how the syntax is done. The for loop everything appears in the confines of a list inside square brackets, appears in the confines of the list. So it's something that is good to know and it's good to use when it comes in handy. You know, I know there are a lot of things that you have learned, and I know we're coming in thick and fast. We've talked about conditional statements, talked about while loops, for loops, all those kind of things, and but we're still not there yet. We still have some you know some ways to go, and hopefully we have some way to go, and so hopefully we'll wrap everything up, and I hope you guys are liking the course. I think on Monday we had a good class. Was it on Monday or on Thursday, Lekon? Was it on Monday or that we did the games thing and then we did 3 tries?
Two participants entering
That
lobby.
was on Thursday.
It was on Thursday, yes, and people enjoyed that class. So please look over the code that Lekon shared in the class we did that day, and hopefully you guys will learn more and do more things. Okay. Um, so today we're going to talk about functions. Functions, and in this class. Oh, before I start, my Python conference went well. So I spoke on a lot of things. I spoke and people enjoyed the class. I actually spoke on navigating the ever-evolving landscape the software software development as a meta-career approach to meta career insights to the IT to the IT person, basically, something along those lines. So yeah, it went well. People loved the class. I've shared parts of it on LinkedIn. If you guys are on LinkedIn, you can go on LinkedIn and see. I think I shared a job. Job seeking is a job. That was one of my topics. Job seeking, and then attitude. I think those are the two videos I shared that day. So if you're on LinkedIn, that's a good place to go to. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, you can go and create your LinkedIn account. You can even share your certificates on LinkedIn. You know, I'm sure Mrs. Manuela would and Lekon can guide you on that if you don't have a LinkedIn account. Okay. So anyway, back to today's class. We're talking about functions. And so what is a function? Now in Python, we already have different kinds of functions as you are seeing. We have max, we have sum, which sums a list or sums a list. We have max, which shows you the max of items in a list. We have min, which shows you the minimum items in a list. We have what do we have again? We have type. We've learned the type. That shows you, okay, this object, is it a string, an integer, a float? We have, what other one do we talk about? Len, L-E-N. We have the len function. Len function talks about the length of any iterable, whether it's a string, a list, a tuple, a dictionary. We also have the range. We talked about the range function. Some of these things you can actually, do them yourselves. You can actually create them yourselves. So, if we go into the a dev, Lekon, can you open your Microsoft Visual Studio Code?
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
Sharing your screen. Pane. Python for data. Start window. Visual Studio Code 6. Visual Studio Code. Document. Application. Mainland.
Okay. So
Okay, so we can create a new file. We'll call it functions1.py.
okay.
Untitled -1 editor has autocomplete multi-line blank. Save as dialog. File name FUNCTION. 1. Function1. Dot. Py. Function1.py Visual Studio Code. Blank. Number. Space. Cap I B R A I M Ibrahim. Cap L A L E K N. Olalakan.
Okay, next line.
Number.
Purpose.
Space.
Function to perform a
Program
factorial.
to
Program to perform a factorial. Oh, sorry, no, program to add two numbers together. Program to add
Cap
two
B.
numbers together.
R O G R M M A M M O 2 A D D add T O O O W space N U M B E R F numbers T O G E R R T E R. The blank number program to add two numbers together. Blank blank.
Okay. All right. So now, when we want to create our own function, we use the def keyword, def. So let's try. Def
Line feed D E F space
add add
A D D error
open paren
add left paren
a comma b a comma space b
A comma space B
close paren colon.
blank error colon error.
The next line.
Error.
Okay. C is equals to A plus B.
C space function equals space error A space function 1 plus space error B suggest list B.
And next line.
Function 1 blank
Return B and return C. Sorry, return C.
R E T U R N R N space C suggest function blank.
Okay. So now go to the next line.
Blank.
Now say num1 num1 equals
N U M function 1 1 space equals space error.
then int open paren impute, that's int open paren impute open paren.
I N T suggest list left paren x colon I N in error B U T U T prompt colon object.
Then enter your first number.
Quote. Cap E N T E R enter what you are your R F T first N U M B R number colon right paren quote right paren right paren, blank.
Okay. Then do the same thing for num2.
Okay, sir.
Next line, num2.
N U M B function 1.2 space equals space error n t suggest list in left paren x colon n p u t warning ut prompt colon
Left.
left paren x colon convertible to int t u t right paren left paren prompt colon quote cap e T E R enter
Your
U
microphone is
R your
unmuted.
space S E C O D second U M B E R number colon quote right paren blank
Okay. Now, next line is answer
A N S double E R E R
equals,
space plus error plus
no,
equals
equals.
space error
Add add
A D suggest list add one of one
open paren num1
left
comma
paren
num2.
N U M B suggest number 1 of 2 M function 1 warning 1 space N U M warning 2 num2 1 of 1 function right paren
Okay. Next line, print.
blank right blank
Hmm.
right number 2 warning
Okay.
comma num1 left paren add equals answer line feed A N S W E R space equals space A D D left paren N U M M 1 M M 1 comma space N warn U M 2 warn right paren warning blank
What's the same?
right paren number 2 comma number 1
That num1,
left
is it,
paren
did you say NUMM or NUM?
N U M 1 comma space N U
Okay.
M 2 right paren num2 equals int left
What's
paren int your enter left int equals num2 line N U M B 2
Oh,
B
okay?
okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
answer equals add left number 1 comma number 2 right paren blank
Okay, next line.
Okay. Next time, print open paren F open quote print
B I N T print 1 of 1
open paren
left paren star values
F
quote
F.
Okay, F before quote.
Yes.
quote F quote
Mhm.
function 1.I
Your addition is
cap Y E R your A D D I N addition S
open
is space
curly brace
left brace error
answer
A N F double E R
close curly brace
function right brace R right
close
quote right paren blank
quote. Yeah. Okay, so let's go over the code. Let's go to line 1, which is your
number
name.
Ibrahim Olalakan
That's the name. Line 2,
number program to add two numbers together
program to add two numbers together. Okay. All right, so line 3 is
blank
blank. Line 4.
def add
Now,
left paren A B right paren colon
so you know Python, what Python does is that Python reads from top to bottom. So when it sees this def add, it will put it inside its memory. Okay, I have a function that the user has defined and he called it add. So in this function, it takes two arguments, A and B. A and B, def add A comma B. Then it now goes into the function and now says C is
C equals
equals
a
to
plus B
A plus B. So whatever is entering into A and B, it's just going to add it up and put it into C. The next line says return C.
return C
So return C means return that value C back to the main program. That's the program that is calling this function. Okay. So we now go into the function. Sorry, we're now going to the
number 1
main
equals
program.
int left paren
So the
input left
program
paren
actually starts
quote enter
from
your
here.
first number colon quote right paren
So it's going to, even though yes, it has read it, so it's going to put that add in memory with A and B. Remember, it's A and B as the arguments. Okay. Now our variable name is num1, num1, right? And it's going to get the input from the user, and it's going to store it inside num1. The next line,
number 2 equals int left paren input left paren Quote, enter your second number, colon, quote, right paren, right paren.
Participants
So now
entering
you
loaded.
have num2 is going to put the values from what the user has typed and put it into that variable num2. Then the next line,
Answer equals add left paren, number 1, number 2 right paren.
it says add equals, answer equals add, open paren, num1, num2. So what the computer will do, it will see, okay, this add, I have it inside memory. But now there are two arguments, num1 and num2. num1, comma, num2. So now what Python will do is that it will go back up to your code, right? So Lekon, go back up to the code, the def.
C, def add left paren, A,
So
B
you
right
now,
paren,
you
colon.
see where it says A and B. So what you will do, you say, okay, this A is the same as num1, and this B is the same as num2. So it's going to go, okay, this is correct. That, okay, you are just exchanging A with num1 and B with num2. Then it goes to the next line and says C is equals
number
to
2,
A
return C,
plus
C
B.
equals a plus B.
So it's going to say A is whatever the person, let's say the person inputs 1, and then B is 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And then now going to say return C. Next line.
Return C.
Now return C. Now let's go back to the code. So it's going to return
Number
C.
1
So
equals in.
now that def add has 3 as its answer in memory after calculating it. So that 3 is going to be entered into answer. Answer now has the value of 3. Okay? And then it now goes to the next line. Print your answer, your addition is answered. So, Lekon, can you go to that line? Print.
Answer, print left paren, F quote, your addition is left brace, answer right brace, quote, right paren.
Okay? So that's what happens in this code. Your addition is answer, yes? So that's what happens. So you say your addition is 3. Does this make sense?
Prof,
Yes?
it does make sense, but I'm struggling with myself to understand why we should have defined the add and then the C and then return C and then come down to do basically more like manually coding it. Because my understanding here is if we remove that first section and then we'll go into num1 input, num2 input, and then we'll go to the next line where we say answer
Answer is equals
add
num1 plus
num1
num2,
comma
Abi.
num2. So
Okay.
perhaps if we had just done answer equals num1 plus num2, then that would basically give us the same result. So what is the benefit of that plenty definition we've done there?
Don't
That's
worry.
just
The
what I'm
reason
looking
why
at.
the
Sir, this
reason,
is
okay, you
always
want to
the
answer.
first question on people's mind. Why do you have to go through that stress?
It's like
Don't worry.
you're repeating effort. That's how it's sounding to my thought. So
Oh, okay. No,
I
no,
need to
no.
understand the logic,
Yes, yes, yes.
programming
Okay,
logic behind
so
it.
second, I remember that this is a simple example. The
Yes,
reason
sir,
why you
correct.
have that is that, like sum, for example, we have sum. The reason why you have function is to group code together, right? So anytime you want to, so there might be sometimes in your code where you have to add multiple times, okay? Where you have to do additions in your code like 20 times. So why do num1 plus num2, num1 plus num2, and then it might not even be num1 plus num2. It might be num4 plus num5. So in that case, you can now have a function, a placeholder that holds all of this, so that if you're calling that add, you can always call it anytime you want. So in this place, yes, it's a simple example. But as your code goes in, or as your code improves, you will see that there will be some times when you have there'll be a time when you need to call a function like 5 times. And then when you call that function 5 times, instead of saying num1 plus, and then that function is large, it doesn't just have C is equals to A plus B. It has other things. Take for example, the factorial. When you have a factorial, you just call math.factorial. You don't need to, start calculating factorial again. Everything is inside there in your math library. The same thing with all those other ones like tan, sine, and all those are all functions, right? So these are
Right.
what we've just done. We're just trying to mirror or mimic, what Python is doing in the background when you call functions. So that add a comma b is just like saying, okay, I have my own function now. This is my own function. Now remember, this is just an easy example. We're going to go into more serious examples. The reason why I'm doing this is just I want you to get the understanding that you can call a function anytime you want in your code. Okay, so let me give you an example now. Um, 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 what after the print, Lekon,
Answer.
after the
Print left
print.
paren.
Okay, you know what? Let me not disturb this code. Let me not disturb this code. We'll do it in the next code.
Chris left the call.
Okay, let's run the code. Let's save and run the code. Function1.py is the name of the code.
Start window. Search window. B. Windows PowerShell. System. Terminal. Tab control. Windows PowerShell terminal blank. Windows Power.
Excuse me, Pro.
PSC colon backslash users backslash access grade B. Y. Pi. Space. F U N C I N. 1. Function 1. B. Y. Enter your first number colon.
So you can see it says enter your first number. You can put 5.
5. Enter your second number colon.
You can put 7.
7. Your addition is 12. PSC
So
colon.
your addition is 12. So our function is working. So we have that function there. Okay. Okay, so now let's open a new file.
Function 1. Unknown.
You can call it function2.py.
Windows PowerShell row. Games 2.py dash Visual Studio unknown.
I started again.
Your game's program is open.
Windows PowerShell row. Python for data analytics course for Python for data analytics. WhatsApp column. Student dashboard. Bing dash Google. Join conversation. Training material. Google Forms and 1. New tab row 3. New tab chat bar on board. Sharing controlled. Untitled dash 1 dash Visual Studio Code unknown.
Notification. What's best left quote left paren to right paren. What's best right quote is ready. Notification. What
Start window. Search window.
Left.
N. NVDA. Untitled dash 1. Untitled dash 1 dash Visual Studio Code. Untitled blank blank. Save as dialog.
What should I save it as?
Function2.py.
Left.
Blank. Selection room F U N C T I O N 2. Function 2. P Y. Untitled dash 1 dash Visual Studio Code. Untitled dash 1 dash Visual Studio Code document. Application blank. Number. Space. Cap I B R A A I M. Ibrahim. Number. Space. R O G R A M. Program. Space O 2.
What's that?
Please hold on. Please hold on,
Microphone is
please.
left.
Okay, son.
Welcome. And can I request for something?
Okay.
Yeah, I have my assistant and she helps me with the looking at the screen when I get an error. Could you maximize the Visual Studio Code? Because it's cutting halfway. She's saying she can't see until the end of the code, like the line when you type. She can only see the front part.
Okay.
Thank you.
Context menu. X. Circle function 2. Number Ibrahim. Number program 2. Number program 2.
Is it okay now?
Your microphone.
Okay, so you have
Space, blank.
okay, yeah, program to find the factorial of a number.
Find space T, B, F C A C T L actor of space N E M R number.
Yes, sir.
Okay, line 3 is blank. Line 4, def factorial, open paren n, close paren, colon.
D E F space error F A C T O R I A L error factorial blank error colon error.
Okay, def factorial, open paren n for number, n, then close paren.
Okay.
Next line,
colon right paren
n.
colon right colon blank error.
Okay, next line,
Yes.
f is equals to 1.
F suggest space equals space error 1
Next line,
1
while n is greater equals to 1, colon.
double I E L E N space error greater equals space 1 error 1 colon error.
Okay, next line,
Error.
then f star equals n.
Participant centering lobby.
F suggest space function 2 star error dot error dot error equals error space error n
F star equals N.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
The next line,
function 2 dot py editor has autocomplete multi-line F
n minus equals 1.
n suggest space function 2 dot py editor dash
Minus
error
equals
equals
1.
error 1
Okay. Next line,
1
Yes, sir.
sorry. The indents, that's return the indentation to the
line
next to
feed
the so
It didn't
return
then. It didn't.
line feed
Okay.
line
return, that's backspace, that's what I mean, so that it will be on the same indent as while, the w the while as
It,
w.
it didn't indent normally.
It should, but was it
F star
indenting the f and the n?
blank F star colon W H N while space W space line feed
Uh-huh.
Y is indented.
Uh-huh.
line feed colon line space
4, 5, 6,
F
7, 8. Okay, yes. Next, yes, F is indented under the word.
star
That's double
F
indent.
star F
Yes.
star
So now,
equals
how about the n
N
equals?
warning space N space N
So
space equals
N star
space
equals
N
N.
space
yes,
dash
that's
error
indented twice. Okay, how about the next line? That
Space.
n minus equals 1. Is it indented inside the? Is it on the same line as F?
N space
Let me go.
F
This is F
star F
star
star equals N
F star
Uh-huh.
equals N.
space N
Yes.
space dash error.
Oh, okay. I think the my enter key is having sometimes it presses, sometimes it doesn't press.
Space N
Oh.
space
So yes, so let me
error N func dash N space
Okay.
space line feed space
Okay.
space N
So N
dash equals
N minus dash N dash equals
1
1.
line feed
1, yes.
line
Okay.
feed
So
line
now
feed
go to the
line
next
feed
line.
Okay.
1 error 1
Okay, I should
Then,
indent it.
yeah, the indented, yes.
space
Okay, 2 times.
No, no, it should be at the same indentation level as the while
Uh,
W.
okay.
That's one. The indent it once. So
Oh, okay.
Space.
just type four spaces
Space.
now
Space.
from the beginning of the line.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay, return F.
R E T E N R N space F suggest function 2 space F warning
Return F.
Yes. So go to the next line.
blank warning
Okay. Next line again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now go to the beginning of the line. It should be at the beginning of the line.
line feed
So I just
F return error space line feed space R error space line feed space R F
Yes.
return F line feed line feed
okay.
line feed
Okay, it's at the beginning of the line.
Okay, so now I say number equals to
line feed N U M B E R ver space equals space error
left the call.
equals int open paren, that's int open paren,
N T error suggest list left paren x colon convertible to int equals
okay, and then input open paren, enter your number for factorial.
I N warning U T U T prompt colon object quote cap E N T E R enter Y O E R your N U M B E R number 4 space F A C T O R I A L factorial quote right paren blank
Okay, next line. Answer is equals to
S double E R E R space equals space error
factorial open paren number close paren.
C function 2 dot F A C T O R I A L tutorial N colon N U M B E R right paren
Okay, and the next line print.
blank
Your answer is,
right blank
or your factorial is, then you can put answer inside the curly brace.
B R I
Print
N T warning print 1 of 1 left paren start F
F.
suggest quote function 2 dot pi edit
Your factorial is
cap Y U your A C T O I L fact I is space colon space left brace error A F double E R right brace quote right paren blank
okay. So let's run the code. Let's run the code first, and we'll go through the code.
Okay, I'm coming.
answer number return and F's while F def blank number Ibrahim
Okay, I just want to be sure that there's no error sound.
Okay.
Windows PowerShell row 1 col Windows Power function 2 dot Windows PowerShell terminal PSC colon back enter your first number trace back left PSC colon back P Y pi space F U C T I N 2 function 2 P Y enter your number for factorial colon
Okay, let's type 5.
5 your factorial is colon 120 PSC
Okay,
colon back
so it's working. So let's go back to our code.
function 2 dot pi dash Visual Studio Code function 2 dot
Okay, so the first line says what? Your name.
number Ibrahim number
Second
program to
line.
find the factorial of a number
Okay, third line is blank. Your fourth
Blank.
line, remember, Python will now say, okay, this is a function, a def factorial, and the name of this function, that's the user called it factorial. Like how we have a variable and you've called your variable num. So this is a function, but instead of it just being a variable, it's a function with a name, and it carries one argument, just one argument, and that's n, right? So that's n. So now it goes inside the function and now checks for any syntax error, okay? So it says f is equals to 1. Next line, Lekon.
Def factorial left paren, f equals 1.
Okay. F equals 1. So we have initialized our variable, the variable that we want to return back to the calling to the caller. That's the main program. That's the main program that wants to call this our function. We'll call it f. So if we initialize f to 1, then we have a while statement. While n, next line.
While n greater equals 1 colon.
Now, while n greater equals 1, so while n is greater than 1, that's the n that you've imputed in this factorial. Now, remember, there's a colon there. So from this while, everything else is going to indent. So we have two statements under this while. We have two statements under this while block. And the first statement is f. Next line.
F star equals n.
F star equals n. So this f star equals n, the same thing as saying f is equals to f times n. Okay, so it's going to multiply f with n, the initial value of f, accumulate it, and put it into n, and put it into an updated value of f. Okay, so then the next line is what?
N dash equals 1.
So n equals n minus 1, or n dash n minus equals 1. So this is going to subtract n. You know, we need to update n because that is what is the while loop is looking at. If not, it's going to this loop is going to run forever and ever and ever and ever. So that n is going to be subtracted. So n is equals to n minus 1. Okay. Now, if you go to let's look at this. Then the next line says when you finished all of this, this return, next line,
return f.
Return f is returning the f, because that's the f is what we need. That's the factorial. Okay, that's the variable that we're holding the factorial. This return, if you count, go to the beginning of the line.
Space.
Okay, now count R. To the R. You can see it was 4 spaces.
Space. Line feed.
Yeah.
Now, if there are 4 spaces, now go to the while. Go to the while. That's the while block. The while statement.
While n greater equals.
Go to the beginning.
Space. W. Space. Line feed.
4.
You can see 4 again. So what I'm trying to tell you there is that the return is on the same indentation level as the while. So I'm doing this purposely so that when you're watching this thing again, you will understand what is going on. But the only 2 statements inside the while block are f times equals n and n minus equals 1. So now what?
Let's equals 1 colon.
The next line.
N.
F star equals 1. So those 2 statements are inside the while block. Those are the only 2 statements inside the while block. Okay. So now let's go over this code. Okay. So let's go to the main program now.
Number blank def factorial left per f equal f star n dash equal return f number equals in left paren input left paren quote enter your number for factorial colon quote right
paren. So going to enter the factorial. Enter your number for factorial. Then it's going to say answer. Next line.
Answer equals factorial left paren number right paren
5. Okay. So let's take for example. Go back to the first. That number equals int.
Answer equals number equals int left paren input left paren. Quote enter your number for factorial colon quote right paren.
So now the person inputs the number is 3. The person inputs 3 from the keyboard. Next line.
Answer equals factorial left paren number right paren.
Okay, so it says factorial number. Okay, so it now says okay factorial number. Oh wow. Okay. What do I do? You now go to the program goes to the top of the where the function is declared. So go to the def.
Number f def factorial left paren and right paren colon.
So n is substituted for number, and our number is 3, so our n is 3. So next line.
F equals 1.
So our f, this is a new variable introduced. F is equals to 1. Next line.
While n greater equals 1 colon.
While n is greater or equals to 1, so our n is 3. Our f is 1. Okay. So next line.
F star equals n.
F star equals n. So f is 1, n is 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. So our new f is 3. Next line.
N dash equals 1.
So n equals n minus 1. Our n is now 2. So go back to the while statement.
Return F. Number
No,
equals
no,
int
no,
left
no.
answer. N dash F star while n greater
Up.
equals 1 colon.
So while n is greater than equal, so n is 2. 2 is greater than 1. So let's go back inside.
F star equals n.
So remember our new f is 3. 3 times 2, our new n is 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. So our new f is now 6. Go back, go inside and go to the next line.
N dash equals 1.
N equals n minus 1. So now our new n is 1. So now our 6 is 1. Our f is 6, and our n is 1. So go back to the while loop. Up.
F equal while n greater equals 1 colon.
Now n is now 1. While 1 is greater equals to 1. So n is 1, and it's the same thing. So now go inside.
F star equals n.
So 6 times 1 is 6. And the next line.
N dash equals 1.
So that's n minus 1. 1 minus 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. So our n is 0. Goes to the while loop again. Go to the while loop.
F equals while n greater equals 1 colon.
So while n which is 0 is greater than 1, that's a false statement. It breaks out of the loop. So go to the return statement.
Return F.
So return 6. Return 6, and then it puts the 6 into okay, go back to the answer equals to factorial. Down.
Answer equals factorial left paren. Number right paren.
Answer equals factorial left paren, right paren, right? Okay, so answer is now what? 6. Okay. Now they're going to print out your answer is your factorial is
paren.
answer.
F quote your factorial is colon. Left brace answer right brace quote right paren.
Okay. Okay, now to answer Tekene's number, why can't we just put the factorial, all these things, the while loop inside this place? Why do we have to write a function? Okay, so let me try and answer this question, and I hope what I'm going to do now answers this question. Now, look on, go to where it says number equals. On top of that, number equals.
Answer number return F.
No, after the not return F. On the blank
number
line.
Equals int left paren. Return n dash equals 1.
No, after the return F, I thought it was the blank line. There's no blank line.
Return F. Number equals int return F. Return F. Line feed.
Okay, do another
line
blank
feed.
line.
And
now,
return F.
make sure we're at the beginning of the beginning of that line.
Line feed F. Line feed.
Yes.
Okay, now do for I in range 3.
F O R space I N space R N G E. Range 1 of 1. Left paren. Stop 3. Line right paren. Line feed. Colon.
Oh, now all those statements inside, indent them. Number equals that number equals factor input. Indent that one.
Okay.
Number line feed n error space.
Okay. And then the next line.
Space. Line feed space n. Line feed a. Line feed a. Space n a space line space a.
Should I indent the next line?
Print
and indent the print. Yes, indent the print.
Answer print left print. Line feed b space. Answer print left paren. Print left answer number 4I in range left return F 4I in range left.
Okay, everything is fine.
Okay, now save the code and run it.
Notification. What's best dash unilac.com side dot class
Windows PowerShell. Windows PowerShell. PSC. Enter your number for factorial colon.
So let's put 3.
3. Your factorial is colon 6. Enter your number for factorial colon.
Put 5.
5. Your factorial is colon 120. Enter your number for factorial colon.
Put 10.
0. Your factorial is colon 3628800. PSC colon backslash.
So now, do you see that instead of typing factorial, you'd have copied and pasted 3 times because you wanted to do that while loop. Instead of copying and pasting 3 times or putting it into a while loop, everything is just neat. When you go back to your code, everything is just neatly inside one function. So it makes sense to have everything inside one function. If you had a for loop, yes, you could have had it only once, but at least it's running into that function. So that's the essence of having it in one place rather than having it. Let's say you want to call it again outside that for loop now. You can even say,
Yes, sir.
go back to the code.
Function 2.
Where, sir?
Okay, after the print answer, go back into the, go to the next line. Print,
Return for I in range num and print blank right blank
okay,
space
now do
blank
this.
Is indented, or should I do that?
No, put it back to the beginning of the line.
space line feed
Okay, sir.
Do L is equals to open square bracket, close square bracket.
line feed L space equals error space error left bracket blank.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next line.
Yes, sir.
For I in range 5.
F space I R N G E error range left paren 5 blank right blank colon.
Okay. Okay, next line.
Yes, sir.
Space blank
L dot append.
L dot sig A P P E N D error pend object colon
Open paren factorial.
F A C T O R I L
Open paren
tutorial and colon any hint
and I.
suggest list
Close
function
paren,
to
close
right
paren.
right paren blank error
Okay, next line.
line feed
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
go to the beginning of the line, the indent.
Yes.
L dot append left paren factorial left paren I right paren error L right paren L dot append dot L space line feed space error space L dot A B B E N D left paren F A C T O R I A L left paren I right paren line feed
Sir, is it not correct?
right
It's
paren
correct, it's correct.
for L dot right paren
Uh,
I left paren factorial left paren append dot L space line feed colon right paren 5 left paren
so
error
what is saying?
F O F line feed
Ah,
print L equals left for I range
Is
left
there
paren
a
L
colon
dot
after
append
the
left paren
4?
yeah.
Let's
for I
go to
range
the
left
4.
paren
For
There
error
is.
for
5
I,
left range I 4 I range
Okay,
error
there's no in. Okay.
and
space R error I N N in I
so
4
inside
I
the
in
range, do 1,6.
Okay, not 5.
Yeah, just do 1,6.
range left paren 5 left paren warning 1 warning 1 comma 6 right paren 5
Yes.
6 right paren 5 6 comma 1 e 1 warning left paren e left 1 comma 6 right paren colon line feed
Yes.
Okay, then the end of, go to the, after the L dot append, go to the
L dot append
next,
left paren
but the
blank
end
right paren
to the so it should be
line
at the
feed
beginning of the line.
line feed right paren line feed
Okay, then
space blank
print
space
Okay.
B R I N T print 1 of 1
open paren
left paren
F
F quote function 2 dot pi
your Your list of factorial numbers are
Cap Y. Your F at list. A. 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 C. T. L. Fact. E. M. E. R. F. N. E. R. Colon. Space.
open curly brace L, close curly brace.
Left brace. Error. L. Right quote. Right paren. Blank.
Uh-huh. Now you can see that in this code, we've used factorial many times, 2 times, and all we did it was to define it once in the top. So you see the essence of functions. Now, if we run this code now, let's run this code. Control S.
L. 4. L. Print and Windows PowerShell. Windows P. Enter your number for factorial colon.
Okay, let's do 3.
3. Your factorial is colon. 6. Enter your number for factorial colon.
7.
7. Your factorial is colon. 5040. Enter your number for factorial colon.
1.
1. Your factorial is colon. 1. Your list of factorial numbers are colon. Left bracket 1, 2, 6,
1.
24, 120 right bracket. PSC colon back.
Do you see that, Tekena and the other colleagues, that we've just defined factorial once, but we've called factorial twice in our code. We've called it in the first loop, and we've called it in the second loop. We just called factorial once. There's no need to start typing while this several times. Just called it once. We've defined it once at the top, and then we've defined it once at the top, but we can call it multiple times in our code. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any other question? What's the time now? 12:04. Okay.
12:04.
Okay, just give me some minutes. Let me use the bathroom, the
Okay, sir.
toilet. I'll just give me some.
Left.
Okay, sorry. Just give me 2-3 seconds. Let me use the bathroom. Okay. So the other time, I think it was Tekena that was asking about Is it colon? What are the things, the places you need a colon? So this is one of it as well. Def. Any line you start with def, def, it's a, you have to end with a colon. You have to end with a colon. So it means that you want to define your own function. You want to create your own function. So if you have a formula, you can have, functions are kind of inbuilt formula. They come with their own formulas. So there are times the formula you need, you have to define it in your own way that, okay, this is what I mean by this formula. This is what I want to use this formula for. So you define your own formula and you call it a particular name. So the next time you want to use that formula, instead of typing the whole formula a plus b divided by 3 minus this, the squared root of this or whatever. So once you create a particular name for it, just put the same formula inside the name. So anywhere you want to use that formula inside the code, you can always just mention the formula name and then inside the parentheses, put the arguments. So that is, it's a great way to create your own formula, and so
Your microphone is
Okay.
unmuted.
Sorry, welcome. I'm back. Um, yeah, so now we're going to do another function. We're going to find, we're going to do a summation of, we're going to do a summation of a list of numbers. Okay. Um,
Abdul Rahman Sanialu left the call.
if I have a list of numbers, when you see this function for I in L, and L has 1, 2, and 3. L has 1, 2, and 3 inside its square bracket, so it only has 3 functions, and then it says for I in L. Okay, I'll ask you 2 questions. First, how would you sum these numbers 1, 2, and 3? And second question is, how do you think the computer would sum these 3 numbers 1, 2, and 3?
Sorry, Prof, I didn't get the question clearly. Sorry.
Okay, so now you have a list. The list contains 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and your objective is to sum the 3 numbers. Okay, in your mind, how would you sum these 3 numbers together? And I want you to express it as I want you to say it verbally. How would you would sum these 3 numbers together step by step? And then this your summing, the way you summed it, do you think it's the same way the computer will sum the numbers, or do you think that there's a different way the computer will sum up these numbers, these 3 numbers?
So you
So you
want
just
our
have a
response to
list
be
of,
in line with what we have learned, or just from
it can be from what you've learned and also from your head.
okay. So from what we've learned, Prof, I will just simply use the sum list function.
Okay.
So so if I call my list L, for instance, I'll just say sum bracket open as in normal parentheses L,
Then L.
and that should give me the
Okay.
summation of the items I have in list L. I'm believing
Okay.
that the items are already defined, but the items are not defined, and I need to pick them up from the keyboard. Then I'll need to, since there are 3 items, I'll need to first create the empty list, as in maybe L equal to double bracket open close, and then go ahead to ask the
The user.
the user to enter the 3 numbers. But since it's 3 numbers and it's repetition, I may also want to use either a while loop or a for loop before I ask for the number, so that it can pick the numbers 3 times from the screen before the sum function will come, of course, off. So the sum function will start from the beginning of the line. It's going to be out of the indentation
Okay,
of
so
the code.
now that sum, open paren L, close paren, how do you think Python wrote that sum? Let's say you have to create your own def sum into bracket L. What will you do inside that your function?
Okay, if I'm going to define my own function for Python.
Yeah, for sum, yes. Let's say Python,
Okay.
the owner of Python comes and says, Tekena, I've given you this project. Do a sum function.
So from what we've done just previously, I'll just say L equals, sorry, def. I'll define the def sum
Okay.
into, that is what do you call it now? Open bracket, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then A, comma B, comma C. Then I'll go to the next line to say B, or so not B. How did you put it in the first one now? Yeah, I'll go for that to say maybe D is equal to A plus B plus C. Then
Okay,
I'll
so
say
now let
return D.
return D. Okay, but now let's see if the function has like 20 elements, will you now start saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K? Is that how you're going to do it?
No, if it has multiple elements in it, then I will need to use a loop to get each of those items to my thought. I may be totally wrong, or use a range and the number of items, as the case may be,
Okay.
to define that, so that if it is, for instance, 15 items, I'll have to put a range of 14, which will come from 0 to the 14th item, and that give me 15 items that are going to be in the list.
Okay. Okay, so now when you have a range, for I in range 10, for example, what are your values of I?
My values of I in this instance, it could be anything, but since
No,
we're talking about
for
numbers here, maybe it could be integer or
no.
float.
In this my particular question now, I have for I in range for 10. What are my values of I?
Okay, so if it is range 10, then values of I is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
6,
yeah,
7, 8,
to
9.
9. Okay, those are your values of I. Okay, I just wanted to know. So now that you have that, what is your first value of I?
0,
What's your second value?
1.
Okay.
No.
Your third value,
Yeah. My second value is 1.
and your third value is what?
2, ascending in that order.
2, and then it goes like that exactly. Now, because on the first loop, on the first iteration, your first value of I is what?
0, sir.
Yeah, 0. Yes. And then it does everything with that value I or 0 until it goes to the second value, Abi.
Correct, sir.
So the reason why I'm going through this concept is I want you guys to understand this concept. So when you have a list of 1, 2, and 3, you've assigned that list L. Okay? What happens is that for I in L, colon, remember your L has 1, 2, and 3. What is your first value of I?
1.
1, exactly. Okay. So at this point in time, does Python know anything about 2 and 3?
Because you've already specified it, yes.
Okay, no, you specified it in the L. Okay, but does
The L,
I
yes.
Hello, Prof.
does I know anything about 2 and 3?
No. It doesn't know specifics.
It just knows 1, Abi.
Correct.
Network
Exactly.
as a century for years.
Sorry, Bismarck.
Bismarck, welcome.
Mamia. They'll go to yes.
Hello, Bismarck. Hello, can you hear me, Bismarck? Oh, Bismarck can't hear me. Okay. Okay. So why I'm stressing this that I will not know anything about 2 and 3 is because but L has everything inside, but I does not know anything about 2 and 3. The next iteration, I is now 2. So at that point, when I is 2, it has forgotten about 1, and it still doesn't know anything about 3. Until when it now reaches 3, it has forgotten everything about 1 and 2, and now says, okay, my I is 3. Now that you have that in your mind, how do you think you will sum up? How do you think you will sum up the values of L with that process? When you have for I in L, how are you going to how are you going to return sum?
So I hope I'm not the only one in the class. So. Okay, so in this instance, Prof, if I had not specified a container where the values that are of 1, 2, and 3 are taken, then there is nothing for Python to work with. So I need to specify a container where
Exactly. Now you're talking. That container can be a variable. We can call that container or variable S. And before it enters the loop, we can say S is equals to 0. So that S is like your sum, your accumulator. Okay? You're getting where I'm coming from, Sekena. So your S is your 0. When you now go into for I in L, you now say S is equals to S plus I. Do you get it now?
Yes, sir.
So your S is being updated, is being accumulating with each value of I that is coming through. And then you now return S. So similar to the factorial, where our container in that example was F for Foxtrot. Our container was F. Now, unlike sum, when you're adding something together, you have your container or your accumulator has to start from 0. But when you're multiplying, that your container or accumulator must start from 1, because if you start from 0, anything you're multiplying by 0 will be 0. So your factorial will always be 0. So that's why we put F is equals to 1. So that accumulator or that initial variable will always have an initial value of 1. So in this case, let's go over how we're going to mimic the sum function. Okay, so now that we have that in our minds,
PSE
open a new file. We'll call it sum function.
function 2
function.
Okay.
number
.py.
Untitled -1 editor has autocomplete multi-line blank. Save as dialog. File name : combo box collapsed. Edit Alt S U M. Cap F E N C I O N. Sum function dot py. Untitled -1 Visual Studio Code. Untitled blank.
Hash comment name.
Space. Cap B R A I M. iBrame.
Okay. Second
Number.
line.
Space.
Program to
G R M program up to
some
space.
of the numbers in the list.
U M sum U P up T space N U M E R number I N A space I T. List.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, def
D F space
accumulate.
A C C U error M error M error U L A T E error.
Open paren
Accumulate
L.
left paren. L,
L, close paren,
blank, error, colon, error,
colon. Okay, next line.
error,
S equals to 0.
S, space, sum equals, space, error, dash, error, dash, error, 0,
That's S, so not sum or S. Or say
Yeah.
ACC.
0,
ACC, for accumulate, ACC is equals to 0.
Okay.
equals, S, space, S, space, S, A, C, C, sum, space, 0, space, equals, space, equal, space, 0, blank,
Okay, next line, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for I in L,
F, O, R, space, I, error, N, space, L, suggest list, colon, sum
colon.
function dot pop,
Okay, next line.
error,
ACC
A, C, C, space, sum function dot
plus
py editor,
equals I.
plus, equals, space, error, I, suggest, sum function,
Okay, next
blank,
line. Then the indent.
space,
Okay, return ACC.
R, E, T, U, R, N, R, N, A, C, C, A, C,
Okay. All right, so that's our function. You can see it was quite easy, but you just needed to understand the concept behind how Python works. So since we now know the concept behind how Python works, and as Mr. Tikena rightly said, we have to have a container like an accumulator, and that's what we did there. Exactly. So that's our function. So now let's see whether our function works. Okay. Now go to the next line, but go to the beginning of the line, Lekon.
Probably, Prof.
ACC 1 of A,
Pastor Stanley
AC,
is asking to be unmuted. I don't know, but he sent a
sum
message
function,
on the WhatsApp chat.
Try that one.
Pastor Stanley is asking to be unmuted. Sent a message on the WhatsApp platform. Ogalek, I don't know how that works.
Uh,
We did mute everybody now. You can unmute.
Okay.
I think
He
he's
was
finding it
asking.
difficult to unmute. He wants somebody to assist him. I don't know. I think that's what he needs.
Oh, is it possible to unmute somebody? You can only give permission to unmute. And
I
I'm
think
not
it's not
sure.
Control Shift M or something.
Yeah, Control
No,
Shift and M.
that is for you to, yes, for you to unmute.
Yeah,
Pastor
probably he's
Stanley,
not on
please,
the
if you hear
program.
that.
I don't want to be admitted, which of them, because if you can only permit somebody to unmute, and we didn't mute everybody.
Can you hear me?
Everybody, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
I tried before talking. I was trying to contribute for a while. I was not being heard.
Oh,
Left,
okay. That should be
Fine.
network. So, okay.
C, C, A, C, C, blank, blank, C, ACC plus equals I. Return ACC. Return ACC,
Your mic with the
Okay, now go to the new line. Leave a
blank,
blank
C,
line after return.
blank,
Okay.
blank,
Then now go to the beginning of the
line
line.
feed, C, C,
Okay.
ACC, C, A, space, N, R, N, ACC, 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 line feed,
Ah,
C, C, A, return,
What's going on?
okay.
space, 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 line, space, 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 R, E, T, ACC,
Okay,
Are you sure the
return
return is four
ACC.
spaces? Yeah, is it the return? Is it four spaces from the beginning?
Yes, sir.
return, space, 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 line feed,
Yes.
return,
Okay, now
ACC, C, C, line feed, line feed, line feed,
Okay.
do L. So that L is at the beginning of the line, Abby.
Yes, sir.
L equals open square brackets
L, space, sub equals, space, error, left bracket,
1, 2, 3,
1, 1, comma, 2, 2, comma, 3,
0,
3, comma, 0,
10,
0, comma, 1, 0,
11,
10, 1, 1,
comma 23,
11, 2, 3,
comma 99.
23, comma, not 9,
Okay, close square bracket.
blank, right bracket,
Okay. Now, next line.
blank,
PS is equals to
B, S, space, sum equals, space, error,
sum L.
S, U, M, warning, suggest list, left paren, iterable colon, L, suggest list,
Next line.
sum function dot pi, right blank,
OS
O, S, space,
is equals
sum function
to
dot pi edit, equals, space, error,
accumulator. Is it accumulator? Accumulator, we said. Accumulate, Abby.
Accumulate.
Accumulate.
Accumulate, yes. Accumulate
A, C,
L.
C, U, M, M, U, A, T, E, emulate, L colon, L, suggest,
Okay, now.
right paren,
Notification. What's best dash yo 03
Okay,
slash
next line.
04 hash v corper Rufus
Blank.
colon. Video left paren 4 colon 08 right.
Print.
Yes, sir.
B, R, I, warn, N, warning, T, print 1 of 1,
Open paren.
left paren,
PS
B, S, warning,
equal
PS 1 of
equal
5, space, sum, equal, error, equal, space, error,
OS.
If you left the call.
Equal what?
OS. Our own
O,
song.
suggest, S, suggest,
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's look at this. Let's look at what I'm doing now.
space,
So we our def. Let's go to our def.
print left, OS equal, PS, L equals, blank, return AC, 4I, AC, def, blank, def accumulate left paren, L right paren,
Okay.
colon,
L. So that is our function. Okay. Then what next line?
ACC equals 0,
ACC equals 0. So we're looking at is 0. Okay. Next line.
4I and L colon,
For I and L, because our L is a list, then what does it do?
ACC plus equals I,
It's going to accumulate all the i's and add them together and put them into the accumulator ACC variable. And then it's going next line. It's going to after it does all that for in the loop, it's going to return ACC.
return
Next line.
ACC,
Okay, now go to the next line. Go to the L.
blank, L equals left bracket 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 0 comma 10
Okay,
comma
so-
11 comma 23
okay,
comma 99 right bracket,
Let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. L is equals to
blank, L equals, space, left 1,
now 1. What happens is that the ACC will have a value of 0. Then it's going to add 1 to it. So our ACC will have 1. Then the next value,
comma, 2,
2. So 1 plus 2 will be what? 3. Abi? The next value,
comma, 3,
3 plus 3 is what? 6. Okay, next value,
0,
6 plus 0 is what? 6. So its ACC will still have 6. Next value,
1,
that's minus 1, Abi?
1.
comma, 1,
Oh, 1. Okay, so 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, next value.
0,
Oh, that's 10.
Oh,
So
oh,
6,
it's 10. Okay.
okay, so 6 plus 10 is 16. Next value,
16.
Yeah.
0, comma, 1, 1,
Okay,
1, 1. That's 11. So 16 plus 11 is what? 27.
27.
Okay, next
comma,
line.
2, 3,
23.
27 plus 23 is what? 50.
40. Sorry, 50 rather.
Yes, 50. Then next one.
comma, 9, 9,
So that's 149, right? So you can
Right.
see how we've added it is the same way, one by one, one by one, one by one. That is what that function will do for I and L. Our I will be 1. ACC will be 0. It will add it 1. Then it will go to the next value of I 2. You will add 3. Go to the next value 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Then like that until it gets to
99.
149. Okay, so that's how it's going to do it. Now the next line says what?
PS equals sum left paren, L right paren,
So this is what I'm doing here is that what I said PS, what I meant PS is Python sum. I just abbreviated it to Python sum is equals to sum open paren L. So this is the Python sum, right? So we are going to use Python's sum and add it together and then into PS. The next line.
OS equals accumulate left paren, L right paren.
So our own sum OS is equal to accumulate L. So what I'm trying to do here is, okay, we're using Python sum and our sum, and the next line.
Print left paren, PS equals OS right paren.
So remember, equal means equality. So I'm testing whether Python sum and our sum are the same. If they're the same, it's going to print out true. If they are false, if it's not the same, it's going to print out false. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, fine. Now let's save and run.
Sum function.py-vid. Windows PowerShell. Enter your number for factorial : to your factor trace back PSC : \users back y pi space f u m cap f u n c I o n sum function dot p y true PSC : back.
See, printed out true. So our own function and then our Python function have the same value. So you can see it's true. So you can create your own function, which will be the same as Python's function. So why we're doing this is for us to improve our Python. So we can always find the maximum and minimum. There's a max function and there's a minimum function. What's the time now? Kenny time. What's the time?
12:34.
Okay, 34. I wanted to see whether we can do the maximum. Okay, let's do. We can, Abby. Okay, so let's do another function. Call it maxfunc.py.
Sum function.py sum. Untitled -1 editor has autocomplete multi-line blank.
As for proceeding, this
Yes.
One will just finish now. The sum function, assuming we wish that the input of the integers that were in the list should be taken from the screen, from the keyboard, for instance.
Yes.
Then we need to introduce what do you call it? A loop.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Save as dialog. File name : M A X.
Maxfunc.
U N C. Maxfunc. Dot P Y. Untitled -1 blank. Number space. Cap I B R A I M. Ibrahim. Number space. P O G R M. Program 2 space.
To find the maximum of a list.
Map of T. List.
Okay, next line.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now def my max. You know, there's already a max function, so we have to put our own my max.
Space. M error Y error.
MAX.
My line error. A error X error.
Open paren L.
Max left paren L blank error error.
Okay, next line.
Error.
Okay, now we need a container first to find out. Okay, so I know it's Tekena that's only answering, so I don't know whether Stanley can answer or Bismarck. Now we have this function. We want to find the maximum number. Knowing now what you know, how Python goes to each item in a list. How do you think it would? Okay, what do you think? Or how do you think Python would do it? Or how do you think we should do it? Okay, let's do it like this.
So can Leko go to the first line first? The my marks definition. Do we define
Okay.
anything in the inside the list?
No, not yet, not yet. We've not defined anything. Okay. Lekon. Lekon.
Def my line max.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, okay, in after the colon, press enter.
Blank. Def my line left paren. My
Type
line max.
after the colon, press enter.
Left paren. L. Right paren. Colon. Space.
Then
Line
now
space.
type pass. PASS.
Okay, I'm coming, sir.
Line colon. Line space. Blank. Error. P. A. S. S.
Okay. Okay, you are counting, Abi. Okay. Now enter.
Pass.
Yeah, pass. Yeah,
S.
that's it.
Maxfunc.py editor has auto.
Okay, now go to the next line. It should indent it. It should de-indent it for you after the pass.
S. Blank. S. Blank. Line feed.
Abi?
Line feed.
Yes, yes.
Now, what happens? So now, why we put pass that we want an empty function? You can even do this for an empty loop. For I in range this pass, because you know that what happens is that if you don't put anything in that loop, Python will run an error. So we can put this pass to say that okay, this is an empty function, this is an empty loop, this is an empty if statement, something like that, Sha. It's just a way of Python now saying okay, this is just an empty function, just pass along. Don't do anything here. You know, even if you put a comment hashtag, it would raise an error. So what Python did, what the makers of creators of Python did was to create this pass um, keyword so that at least you know if you want it to be empty, let's say you're not sure of what you want to put there for now, you can just put pass. Okay, so let's just put pass for there. Now do L is equals to
Line feed. L. Space. Mac equals. Space. Error.
open square bracket
Left bracket.
1, 2, 3,
1. 1. Space. Comma. Space. 2. 2. Space. 3. 3. Space.
0,
0. 0. Comma. Space.
99,
9. 99. Space.
23,
2. 3. 23.
10,
Comma. Space. 1. 0. 10. Comma. Space.
11.
1.
Then close the square bracket.
1. Right bracket.
Okay, so this is your list. And then you now say, next line,
Blank.
for I in L.
F. O. Space. I. N. Space. L. Suggest list. L.
Colon.
Max fun.
Next line,
Error.
Yes.
M equals to M for Mike.
M. Space. Mac equals. Space. Error.
My max.
M. Y. Suggest list. My line. My line max 1 of M. A. X.
Oh,
Max.
sorry.
L colon.
We don't
Any.
need. Sorry, we don't. Sorry. We don't need it inside the list. Sorry. Remove the list for I and L. It's not there. We need it for I and L. Sorry.
Left paren. For I and L colon. M. Colon. L. F.
So I should delete for I and L.
Line feed.
Yes.
F.
Yes.
For I and L colon. Selected. Space. Line feed.
Then that-
Space. Error. M.
M
Error.
equals, yeah, we move it back to the beginning of the line.
Space. Line M. Space. Equals. Space. M. Y. Line. M. A. X. Left paren. Right paren.
Then inside the paren, put L.
L. Max func. Right paren. Blank.
Okay, the next line,
Yes, sir.
Line feed. Line feed.
print the maximum number of the list is
P. I. N. T. Print 1 of 1. Left paren. Star values quote. Cap T. I. F. I. M. U. M. Zemum. N. U. M. B. E. R. Number. space list S is space left brace
Open
Oh,
M.
we didn't
M,
we,
yes.
we,
Okay, you have to
we
put the
didn't
F.
put F.
Put the F. Put the F.
Yes. Okay.
M quote right brace M left colon is list the in number maximum the quote F left paren
Okay.
F quote the maximum number in the list is
Okay.
colon left brace M right brace
M,
quote
yeah.
right paren
So now let's go back to the L. Let's go up to the L.
M L equals left bracket 1 2 3
So now that you
0
have, okay, no, don't. So now that you have L, how do you think our algorithm should be? What should our algorithm be in order for us to come out with the maximum? Now, looking at it from the list, if we have the good memory, we know that it's 99. That's the highest number there. So now, but how would you do it in such a way that Python will bring out that 99?
Okay. To my thought, let me
Mm-hmm.
just say the way it's just on my thought first, then
Mm-hmm.
he can context it. Okay, so I would first get a container that will initialize.
Okay,
Then
yes.
I would ask it to look at the first number if it is greater than or equal to what I initialize.
Mm-hmm.
Then take the next number. If it is greater than what it is, for instance, that if the container I took is A and I initialize it and I say the
The
there's a
I for
formula for
remember
it
it's for I,
anyway.
yes for I in L. So you say
Exactly. Yes,
if
yes,
A
sir.
is if A is continue.
Okay, so if I then do that, then I've already initialized A to be 0. So subsequently, I would expect that I will now put a count, right?
Okay.
That would compare that one after the other incrementally to the last number. So if it is greater than or equal to, you should replace it with the current number.
Okay.
So at each point in
Okay.
time, it's the highest number you should be replacing in the container. So if it goes through the entire list, at the end of the day, once it gets to 99, the subsequent one cannot replace 99 because it is not
What's S dash WhatsApp
equal
voice
to.
call from Naeem
I hope I'm
Chance
wrong in
General.
that function, equal, greater than or equal to.
Okay.
But that
Okay.
is
You
what goes
tried.
through my thought.
Yeah. Yeah. No. You tried. You tried. You tried. Okay. Now my phone. Hold on, please. Hold on, please.
Left.
Hello, Mr. Leko.
Yes, sir.
Hello. The point where I really want clarification at this is two parts. The I, does Python recognize only I in cases of I in L?
You can say for Stanley in L, for Tekena in L, for Tinubu in L, for Lagos in L.
Number two. Number two
They
question
don't
is
make me jump
that
up here. I
place,
don't call TDP, I don't fear.
that place of that place
Okay.
of the indenting. The place of the indenting. Sometimes I really don't know where to indent until when I'm running it and they tell me indentation problem. How do I know when not to indent and when to indent when running it or before running it, before going to run it?
Of course, indentation has to do with blocks, block of code. So, I'm looking at the best way to put this. You say for I in something, and then that means the subsequent statements must fall under for. That is a for statement. Okay, let me use this example. If you say A is 5. Let's say B is 6. I say is equal if I is equal to if I is greater than 5, um, print you can see initiate a print statement. Thinking of the best method, but usually indentation defines codes or block of code that are on the same that have this the lines of code that have the same block. So if you have first four of indentation, the first four, all the codes that have four spaces belong to the same structure, the same block. Now, if you now have another code that has 8 sentences. So, for instance, I have a code that says, let me think about that code. If A is equal to a particular anything, then you ask P what to do, maybe print or something. If you now say if another statement, that second if is inside the first if. So the second if must have 8. The second if will start on the fourth statement, on the fourth indentation because it belongs to the bigger if, the first if. Now that second if, the next line that must come after the second if must be 8. So now if you now want to print, what you want to print determines where your level of indentation is, will determine what we show. So if your print statement is on fourth indentation is 4, that means you are printing the first if. But if your print statement is on 8th indentation, you are printing the second, what is inside the if that is inside the bigger if. So I don't know if that's clear. So
My,
the indent,
although
what do
my
you
question
say?
has not been answered. My question has not
Okay.
been answered. I
Sorry, bro.
understand indentation as you go, like what you explained. I understand it before now.
Yes.
The part I'm saying is, as we are going on, there are indentation already.
Yes.
And when I'm running mine, I have to go and run before I will know that I have to indent. But when Prof is doing it, he knows that there is indentation and he will tell you the indent, even when he has not gone to run it. That's my point. So how
Okay.
do I know? That's my question. How do I know that
It's
I should
now it's still the
indent that
same.
or I should
Yeah,
not
it's still the
indent?
same thing. How do you know that you are to indent? Determines what you want to print out or what you want to do. So now, normally, you know that the rule is that, especially when you are working in VS Code, is that when you after a colon, when you press enter, you get indentation. If you press
Okay.
enter, you get indentation. So if after pressing enter, you type the next line, normally after a colon, you should be indented, and you finish that second line. If what you want to type next on the third line, you know that should be on the same level with the first if or for, then when you press enter, you already know that when you press enter, automatically that enter comes with indent and indentation. So in your mind, because you already know what you want to type in your mind, if you know that what you want to type in your mind should be on the same level with the first line, then you have to indent, you have to de-indent that with a backspace. It's all about knowing that, okay, what do I want to do? This line of code, what does it speak to? Does it speak to the first line or the line inside the column? So that is
Uh,
just it.
Place where I will pick from what you said now is what you want to do. And if
Yes.
my first if colon gives me 4 blocks, and the next one has 8 blocks, I have to indent for the next one to be 4 blocks so that it can be on the same line.
Yes. So
That's
because
it.
your end, yes, that's it.
So my own now is for me, Stanley doesn't know when that the indentation should come in. That's the just
And
my
it's because
challenge.
you are just starting. It's more practice, constant consistency will make you always to remember all the time.
This is-
And sometimes
my question.
you don't discover until maybe you are done. You are now going through. You now discover that, oh
That's
yes.
where I run it. That's where I find out. It now
Yeah,
say
yeah,
the
you know, you can't compare yourself to prof that has been in this business since before my mother was even born, compared to
2 participants
you
centering block.
that. So,
Okay, so as you said, practice makes perfect. Once you
yeah.
hit the colon, Python indents it for you. So now, when you want to come out of the indentation, it's up to you, you know, and that is now left for practice.
So when do you know when to like you now you know? So how do you know that I'm out to the indent at this point? When the
Yeah,
indentation
that as he said, is practice. Like now, because I know I've run program, have been writing programs for over 10 years, so I know. You just started learning, so you might not know. It's until when you start running the code, you now say, "Oh, okay, I meant to do it here." It's practice now. It's like asking somebody,
let me
"Okay, when do
just
I press brake?" You press the brake. It's until you drive that you now know, okay, this is where the brake is, and this is where I have to press the brake. This is where I have to press accelerator. Do
But
you
it's like
understand what I mean?
it's just like mobility. You are walking in your compound.
I
Some
want
people will
to
know that. How do you know that you have gotten to your gate? Or how do you know that you've gotten to a kitchen? How do you know you have to turn left or right? You know, somebody that just lost his sight will be asking you that question. But you that you've been there, you've been moving all around. You know, it's similar to that. You know, it's
So,
Prof.
something you do
are you
every
asking
day.
me? Are you asking me about the logic? How come I know how to write my logic on where to do it? Or is that what you're asking me? Or are you asking me a different question? Let me
how
even
to
know.
understand that logic. Yes, how to understand that logic that okay, even without going to run the code, you already know that there should be a indentation. So that's just
Okay,
my
now,
point.
yeah. So now remember, it's a logic thing. Okay, you are trying to run a loop. You just want this statement to run inside the loop, just this particular statement. The other statement, you don't want to run it inside the loop, so you de-indent it. Or if it's
So
an if statement, like a condition.
6 minutes more so that we can.
So if it's a condition, like an if statement, you just want that statement to be run inside
Hello,
that
sir.
condition block. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I said 6 minutes more.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's quickly
Okay,
run this thing because um
Pass.
um okay, so now pass. Yeah, remove the pass now.
Okay.
Def pass. L. Line S. Line feed. S S A P.
Okay, now do what we call this variable now. Okay, let's call it we call it okay num num equals to
N U M. Max space. Equals space.
L
L. Suggest list.
open square bracket
Left bracket. Suggest
0 close square bracket.
0. Max line right line feed.
Okay, now next line for I in L, or let's say for J in L. So since um, my colleague was confused with I, so put J for J in L.
Okay.
Right bracket. Line feed.
So I remember we have 4 up. Oh.
Eh?
Remember we have 4 up.
Where for up? For that's for UP. I
No,
don't
we
understand.
just the first line we put for something there before we now say pass, and you say I should remove pass. So there's still 4 up.
No, there's no for there. It's a function def.
Okay.
Def my blank. Def my line
Okay,
max
okay,
left.
okay, okay.
Uh,
Number
Okay.
Def number equals L left bracket 0 right bracket.
Okay.
L,
Okay.
right bracket,
For
right bracket,
for
0,
J,
right bracket,
Okay.
line feed,
For J.
F, R, space, max, J, J,
in
N,
L,
space, max func, L, suggest, colon, max,
colon, yeah. Next line. If
Yes, sir.
none,
space, line feed, F, space, N, U, M, suggest list,
greater equal J, colon.
space, max func dot pi editor has greater, equals, space, J, suggest list, colon, max,
Now you know that if you press enter, now it's going to indent it 8 times.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, sir.
So num equals J.
space, line feed, N, U, M, space, max, equals, space, J, suggest list, J1,
Okay. Now, the next line, but the indent.
max func dot pi,
Okay.
J,
Oh, uh,
J, suggest list, max func dot J, line feed,
uh,
L, line J, space, equals, number, space, 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 line feed,
uh,
space,
wow.
No,
space,
the
space,
indented.
space, 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 space,
How
space,
many indents?
space,
That's 12.
N,
Size 12. I should remove one.
Uh, uh,
space, error, U, N, colon, space, 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 N, error, equals, J, line feed, if number greater equal, if number greater
sorry.
equals J colon,
The number equals L is how many spaces?
if number equals J, J, equals number, space, N, space, 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 space,
Oh, that's a
line
mistake
feed,
that we're making. Why is it 8 spaces?
for J in L
Wait.
colon,
You know, we have
Okay, okay,
colon,
okay,
line feed,
okay.
the def.
The def. Yes, I know the def is on the first this thing now. Then num
number, for
equals
J in,
L.
Let me check.
Okay, let's start. Let's
colon,
start for
colon,
J.
L,
Def
in,
Let me start.
F, space,
Oh, no, 4 is
is 4
indented.
spaces. 4 spaces, Abi.
Yes.
Okay, then the num equals J is 8 spaces.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then that's fine. That's fine. Then now the next line, go back to 4 spaces.
if number greater equals J colon, number equals J, colon, number, error, U, M, space, equals, space, J, line feed, space,
Okay. Well, you see, I should indent the next line.
Yes, the indented. Yes.
space, line feed, space,
Okay.
Return J. Return num.
R, C, E, U, warning, return 1 of T, N, 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 U, M, max, M,
Okay.
warning,
So for the person that asked the question, like now in this, first of all, anything inside a function is indented. So all your what do you call it? Anything outside your def up until return should be indented. Everything should be indented by 4 spaces. Everything. Now inside your function itself, there's a loop for j in L. That means that starts another, after that statement starts another indentation, which is num is equal to j. Now I just want that num equals j to be indented. I don't want any other statement to be indented. That's why there's only one statement indented. Okay? So that's why I know, because I only want one statement. I don't want any other statement. And it's true practice that I know that I don't need to have more than one statement inside that indentation level. Okay? All right. So now let's look at the code now.
So wait.
number, warning,
I think that
number,
num equals j
warning,
should be 12 spaces
M,
inside.
warning,
Then if should be 8 spaces.
Okay.
number, warning, space, N, space,
I just
N,
R, remembered.
error, U, return, error, number,
Return should be
warning,
4 spaces.
space, error,
Okay.
N, U, M, line feed, L, N, number, return, line feed, R, space, 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 number, return,
The return should be 4.
4, yes. Return num, yes.
Number, return number. Number equals,
Okay.
colon, number, colon,
Okay, I'm coming.
number, error, space, 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 line feed,
Okay, this one.
space, number equals J.
Number equals J. No any indentation.
There should be 12 spaces inside.
Okay, yeah.
Equals, number, error, space, 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 line feed,
And
space,
prof, it's 12
space,
spaces
space,
because
space,
it
space.
is under the if, which is already 8 spaces.
If number great,
8 spaces,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, 8
Yes.
spaces.
number equals J.
So
If number greater equals J colon, number equals J, return number,
okay.
Are we good now?
Yes, sir.
number, return,
Okay,
number,
so now
U,
let's run the
line feed.
let's look at the code again. Let's def my max.
If for number, def my line max left paren, L right paren,
Okay.
colon,
Now,
number equals L left bracket 0 right bracket.
so number is getting the first item of the list. That is what's happening here. A number is getting the first item of the list. Number is equals to L0. So that is the first item, and that is our initial value. Okay, the next line.
Def number equals L left bracket 0 right bracket.
Eddie, I just want to clarify that bracket L bracket 0 is more like the index.
Yeah, the index, that's the first
Yes,
item,
that is how
index
to
0.
indicate the position that you want.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
For J in L
Okay.
colon.
For J in L, okay?
If
Somebody
number
asks
greater
about.
equals J colon.
Okay, so if somebody asks whether we can use anything, so we can use J, we can use Lagos, you can use Anambra, you can use Port Harcourt, anything you want to use for J in L, okay? Now, after for J in L, you're now saying, remember the J is going to go for each item in the L, okay? Now you're saying if, sorry, can you read that if statement again?
For J in L, if number greater equals J colon.
If number is greater or equal than J. So now, then after, what does this say?
Number equals J.
So assign J to the number. Assign J to number. Okay. So now let's go to our list. So that is our, what is going to happen here. Let's go to our list. L is
Return
equals to.
L equals left, return L equals left bracket 1.
Okay,
0,
so L equals,
comma.
wait, let's start from 1, please.
0, comma, 3, comma, 2, comma, 1, left bracket, 1.
Okay. L is equals to, this is our first item of L. Now, remember our number, has been assigned to the first item. So number 2 has 1 there, and our J has 1. Okay. So it now says, if number, is greater or equal to J, then our assign J to our number. So now our number is 1. So it goes to the next part, 2.
Comma.
Go to
2.
the next item, 2. So is 1 sorry, is oh, so now you see there's something wrong with our algorithm. So we have to go back. Go back to our algorithm, please. Our
return number.
If statements.
No count.
If number greater equals J colon.
No. What I said is that if number is equals to J, I should say if J is greater or equals to number. It should be the other way around.
Okay.
Number.
Hence now
number,
change it.
Greater space M-U-N space J max func dot J greater equals J colon J error N-U-M-B-E-R line feed colon for if J greater equals number colon warning number warning.
Okay, let's go back.
For J and L colon.
Okay. No, let's go back to the list.
If J number equals J, return number.
Okay. L is equals to the list. L equals open square bracket 1.
L equals left bracket.
So something is wrong. Yours with
L equal return number equal if J greater
this if
colon number warning colon warning number equals greater J.
The
if,
number
colon,
is it
if.
NUN we used, or is it number was spelled in full?
Mr. Lekon spelled it in full.
Okay.
Isn't how you did it, Lekon? Number.
Space.
okay. Should I put num?
I don't know.
Plus
You know,
norm,
since you
exactly.
started with number, it doesn't matter. Since you already started with number,
I, F, space, J, space, greater, equals, space, N, U, M, B, E, R, warning.
So I think this number is not recognized. So probably I use
so look
num.
at the
Hold on, so
remove
my
it
what you used
then.
before was NUM now.
What you used before was
Yes.
NUM.
Colon,
Okay.
warning, R, E, B,
Okay.
number, colon,
Okay.
for, if J greater equals number, colon,
Okay. Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay. All right, now go back to
number,
our list.
return number, L equals left bracket 1, comma, 23, 90, comma, 0, comma, 3, comma, 2, comma, 1.
Okay.
Okay,
1.
now our norm is equals to 1 because we assigned the first item of our list to norm. So our norm our norm has the value of 1. Now the next line says for j in L. So now j2 has the value of 1. So it said if j is greater equals to number, but they are the same, then assign number NUM to j. So we've assigned j to number, so our j is 1. Now let's go to 2.
Comma, 2.
Now if 2 is greater than 1, that's the correct statement. So you go inside the if and say, okay, assign 2 to number. So our norm is now 2. Next line.
Comma, 3.
Next item, sorry. So if 3 is greater than 2, which is correct, which is true, so it's going to assign 3 to norm. So our norm is 3. Next one.
Comma, 0, comma, 0.
Now 0 is not greater than j, which is 0, is not greater than number. That's a false statement. So we will skip that and then just go to the next item. What's the next item?
Comma, 99.
99. So now if 99 is greater than 3, which it is, we will assign 99 to norm. So our number is now 99. So next one.
Comma, 23.
23, that's a false statement. So we'll skip that. Next one.
Comma, 10.
10 is not greater than 99. That's a false statement. So skip it. Go to the next one.
Comma, 11.
11 is a false statement. So you will now say, okay, return norm, and which is 99, because norm has a value of 99. So now let's run the code and you see what will happen.
M E print M L return number if J number equals return J equal number N E M space. Max
You
func
saved
dot
it,
pi dash
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Windows PowerShell PSC colon / users Y pi space M A X cap F U N C max func dot P Y. The maximum number in the list is colon 99 PSC colon
99. Yay, we've done it. So you can see we have done maximum number for our function. I think there are some assignments there for functions. So you can see in this lesson we've learned functions. We've combined how to use your functions with for loop, if and if together, all together with this maximum. So you can try it for yourself. On Friday, we'll probably go over it. If you're not sure, you can ask questions on Friday, and then we'll return to it and see how we can do justice to the topic. Thank you very much. I hope any questions before I go?
No question, but my same suggestion, Stanley. Please, Mr. Leko, you please share this file with us.
I will. I'm bound by it. I will have to share. So please. Okay, Bismarck.
Please, I have a challenge with
Notification.
with this except and this fly. Something especially as found in the guess game. I would entreat that you address it on Friday or is it Thursday? In our lesson,
No,
it should be an open.
It's a Friday. What is that, please?
The accept is similar to
Oh,
those.
try and accept, Abby. Okay. Yes, I will
Yes,
address
please.
it on Friday.
I have a
Yeah,
challenge
no
with that.
problem.
And secondly, you taught us the power. I mean, how to use power. I mean, in terms of raised to the power of something in a partial. I tried it the last time and it didn't work for me. Probably I omit something.
Raised to power in Python is double asterisk together.
Double
Nice star.
Asterisk.
asterisk.
Star. Together, it must be together.
Okay.
So when you now do 2 raised to power 3, it should be 2 star 3.
Star 3.
Uh,
Okay.
Okay. So thank you very much, sir.
Sir,
Okay, Bismarck.
this importation of importing libraries or functions from the Python standard library, there are certain libraries when you import it tell you install something like, so for instance, if you want to import the Pygame, it tells you that the model cannot be found. When you want to import pandas, it tells you the model cannot be found. What's wrong with that? Is it with my system or
you already
I
started
was
going
doing
into
something wrong?
Pygame. Okay, no, so Pygame and Python and Pandas, sorry, are not part of the Python standard library. So, but there's a way you have to install it with pip. If you want to install, I don't know whether you can type it out. You can do Python py then space -m. I don't know whether you're typing it
Okay.
out. Py space -m.
Okay. I'm following.
Then
My
yeah.
computer is
Okay, so py for
py
number
space minus m.
M, yeah, M for module, space -m, then space, then pip install, that's pip install pygame. And then you can say pip install pandas. So py
Okay.
space -m, then pip install pandas, py space -m, pip install pygame.
Okay. So no, it seems I'm going beyond the scope of the lesson, but permit me to ask the question. So
No
assuming I'm
problem.
able to import the pandas, would I be able to perform this data frame calculations and then the data calculations as well?
Yes, you will be able to. You're really going in front. We'll still go there in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. Okay, sir. So I urge us all to go through the lesson so that we'll have something to disturb our professor with. You know, it's not the idea for him to come on Friday. Any question, what should we review? And then the class is silent. So please let's go through the material, the files that will be shared, plus the recording, plus the material, and let's come up with questions so that we have something to review on Friday. So please. Now we are done. Yes.
Saleko,
Yes.
I said questions are waiting for Friday already.
You what?
He said questions are waiting for Friday.
Oh, okay.
But please practice. So read that book, Python 3 for everybody. I hope you're reading the book. I hope you're reading the class assignments. There's a book, Python 3 for everybody. I hope you're reading that book.
Come on, girl.
So it will give you more insight to what I'm teaching in the class.
Notification. What's best dash and up brothers left parent.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Thank you again for today. It's been, from what I heard, it's been a very successful. Yeah, go ahead, Bismarck. How are you doing? We missed you earlier. You came in late.
I missed
yes. I started to go scout when the code became harder, so that
your friend are leaving us alone.
Yes, so I like to leave you alone. No, I'm like the conductor, so I've onboarded you now, so I can leave you to go and look for the next set of people.
That's interesting.
We missed you earlier, Bismarck. Someone asked after you, so I told her you join before the end of the class, definitely. So, as we said, we've gotten to the 50 to the 6th class, so we have 6 more classes to go. thank you again, Prof, for taking your time to ensure that it doesn't get more difficult and it's easier, even though the process, we understand that even from the beginning that it's not going to just be something that's too easy. But I know that most of us here have done a very good press up and we are always ready to ensure that we take the bull by the horn. So thank you, Prof, for always being with us.
Madam Emanuela,
Yes, Stanley.
pardon my interruption, please. Not Stanley, this
Okay.
is Emolia.
Oh, Imole.
You once mentioned that you send us an email requesting for passport photographs and all of that. I didn't receive
Your
such
microphone
email.
is unmuted.
Yes, I'm so sorry. I wanted to address that. That's why I'm speaking today again. We received some
Oh, okay.
Responses. Yes, I'm sorry we've not sent that email. I'm sorry, we actually went ahead we got occupied with other things again. So, but some people actually sent the passport, not passport, sorry, the headshots via WhatsApp, which we gladly also accepted. I'll be sending out that email today, before the end of today, you get that email. But you can also, if it's more convenient for you, you can also send it via WhatsApp, either to my private WhatsApp group or by WhatsApp, or to the Access Tech Innovations WhatsApp, so that we can receive that. Then we also called a few people who have sent in to also send in their short bio, just a short profile, a bit more sensational, but you can send it in as you have it. To rewrite it to make it sensational also. So something that is catchy. Just a short bio of you yourself, what you want people to know about you, so that we can also use that as a spotlight, so that the pictures will not just go like that. It's also going to go with a story of you and what you hope to do with the Python training, training after now. So that's what we are working on. So we'll reach out to you. The project assistant, her name is Iyanu. So in case she calls from Access Tech, her name is Iyanu. She'll be reaching out to you privately to get your profiles. But when you get the email is going to request for both your headshot and a short bio of you, so that we can use that for the spotlight. So thank you, Tekena. We received yours. I think Victor, yes, we received, I think I received Victor's own. I think those are the people that have sent it so far. So we're expecting more from you. And today we have only about 13 or 12 people who joined the class today. And we're supposed to be 28. Usually you always get 25 people. I don't know what's happening. Maybe people are beginning to dodge the bullets, but we are going to call them to ensure that they come back to the fold.
Windows PowerShell Terminal PSC.
We meet someone like Raf today. Thank God Mercy is back. And a few other people who didn't join in today. So we are going to follow up with them to be sure that they are fine, because we don't want to leave anyone behind at all. Thank you, Lekon, again. Even though I know you're done with malaria, but you really try to ensure that you showed up again today. Thank you for being there. Please continue to help pray for Lekon. Lekon is not feeling too fine, but he's always making sure that that he doesn't miss his classes. So thank you again. God will heal you perfectly. Okay, I think that's.
Pamela, sorry. Hello. Hello.
Go ahead,
Stanley
please.
here.
Yes, Pastor Stanley. Yes, you want to pray for Lekon?
I'll pray for him. I'll pray for him. But it's like the coding. Are you sure it is not the coding that is actually causing the malaria?
No, it's not coding. Lekon has passed that level of causing malaria. It's Nigerian factor.
Well, with corporate faith, he is okay in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Always use the destroy the malaria.
Sir? Hello. Well, I can't hear you. Abramo, I can't hear you. Go ahead now.
I said he can always use the code to destroy the malaria.
Avio, maybe you guys should design an anti-malaria
Python code
game with Python. So he can swallow it. So once he starts playing it like this, he'll be fine. There's a game like that someone designed, a programmer made, Dr. Chris Waje. He made a game that I think a game that can help people learn about malaria and all that. Those are the kind of things. I think these are the kind of fun things. Prof, have you seen it before? I think, Prof is not around anymore. Okay, so that's all anyway. I think we're just this thing now. So that's all for today.
Madam Ella,
Yeah, Mr. Bismarck,
please, I would want to make a recommendation.
go ahead, please.
In terms of the renaming of the files, I mean the videos that is being recorded after each class, I think
Yes.
I would want to recommend that you add something like blindness or visual impairment to it, so that if someone is searching on YouTube for tutorials on that, it will at least give the person a clue that this one has been specially tailored for persons with blindness. So let me give you my experience. I'm that type who always searches on YouTube for tutorials on technology. Sometimes you download the material only to realize at the end of the day that the language is in Hindi.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay.
And sometimes the tutorial may be tailored for persons with disabilities, but there wouldn't be any caption to indicate that. So I would just look at it and then bypass it. So if you can add something like blindness or visual impairment, so that if any person with visual impairment comes across it, you may know that, okay, this one has been done specially with persons with disabilities in mind.
Okay, to quickly address that, Bismarck, yes, if you look at, I think a few topics, a few recordings back, you'll discover that, okay, we have Python, let's say Python functions, using Python functions with screen readers, at least for a few recordings back now, with screen readers have been stated. And then if you also look at the hashtags, the description, it's also stated inside the description that this course has been designed for, so people, it's also stated right there in the description. And then the hashtags too also carry some of these blindness, blind coders, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll work on ensuring that the ones before them are now corrected. Bismarck, just as Lekon has noted, so the latest ones were updated to that to reflect that, but maybe the earlier ones might not have been. So we'll work to ensure that those ones are corrected so that you can always search for it and get it. But we appreciate this feedback, Bismarck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we're going to call it a day. Thank you again and see you on Friday. Please, let's continue to check on ourselves. And as we said, continue to make friends. Don't be afraid to reach out to somebody outside the class and outside the group. Somebody you find very interesting. And your next connection might be from this group. So let's continue to make friends.
Our ladies have been absent. I don't know
they've been trying to cook for you now. They've been trying to prepare for you. So when you have after your class, you have something to eat. Are you missing them, Bismarck? Mercy was around today now. Pascaline was around.
Max Funk.
I've missed Pascaline. I've not heard from her today.
She left quite early, I think. She left immediately after the class.
Yes, she was around.
Yes.
Windows PowerShell Python for data and
I hope that by next cohort, I'm going to deliberately actually look for ladies and say, come. I don't know what's happening to us. I think you guys are making coding look so masculine. But anyway, we'll be fine last. Okay, so see you next week. See you on Friday. If anything is going to change, we'll let you know. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Mr. Ibrahim, please, if I want to exit my PowerShell, because anytime I launch it, I seem not to be able to exit it, or how will I call it now? Close it. I have to shut down my system for it to close. I don't know. Is there?
If you press Alt F4, it's fine. It goes. Alt F4 did not work.
Yes. For my PowerShell, it doesn't go.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Alt F4 did not work.
Yes, sir. It works for all other applications, but for that PowerShell, no way. I've
Ah.
tried it on my system. I tried it on my wife's system.
Is there any
It
other
doesn't-
person that is experiencing this? I know that once you press Alt F4, that's all it closes. So I don't know. It might be due to your system. I don't know. I don't just know what to say, but Alt F4 is just the way to close it.
it doesn't seem
Or
to
you
work.
try Control F4. Let's see. You
Alt-
might also
Alt-
try Control F4.
Okay. Maybe I'll try that as well, sir.
Mm.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay. See ya. So bye. Have a good time.